Do you notice anything different? Yes, I got the ears lowered. It was getting in the way. I'd have the face shield on and looking down and there was hair falling in front of my eyes. Haven't had that issue since ever. Never had my hair that long. Couldn't believe how long it was when I went to the barber and got some hair there. Had to say, told him when he was cutting my hair, I said, mate, find any chips in my hair, not food chips, wood chips, in my hair, they're not nits, all right? We had a good little chuckle about it. Got it all straightened up, sharp. Short back and sides wins every time. Short back and sides, back in the army. Anyway, welcome back to the weekly wrap. It's good to have you here. Week 16 for everyone. Week 16, Q&A went really well. If you haven't watched it from last week, go back and check the Q&A out from last week. It was pretty good. Thank you so much for your questions. You let me down this week. I've only got 3, but thank you for asking those questions for this week as well. So I'm gonna try and wrap this up real quick for you. Real quick, and we'll get it done, locked and loaded. Right, so what we all came here for, we all came for a little wood turning weekly catch up with Keza, your mate. So this week I sent out a heap of bowls to Sanford. Lovely Matt is we had a bit of a chat and he's gonna walk up to a few coffee shops out at Sanford there for me and ask if they would like some of my bowls, you know, for muesli or whatever they wanna, you know, people eat off. Toast plates, so I'm gonna do a few prototypes, send them out, and then he's amazing. He's gonna walk around to his favorite coffee shops and just ask if they're interested. The next question he asked me was, do I have any business cards? So I've got to put that on the list now, business cards. I don't have any. Don't have any business cards, don't have a website yet. So much to do, so little time. Anyway, so that's really good. Thanks very much, Matt. I really appreciate that, mate. It's gonna be a ripper. I can't wait to see what the reaction is when they see the little bowls and plates and stuff. So that'll be cool. Oh, and platter, bowl, plate, platter. That's what we spoke about, hey? Yeah. Last week's episode, we spoke about a couple of ways of how to price wood turning projects. Now, I reached out to Richard Raffan. Everyone knows. If you turn timber, you know who Richard Raffan is. Wrote back to me. I was yeah, he wrote back. Said to Nadine, he wrote back, all excited, and his main point of view is too many novice turners sell their projects for less than what the actual timber cost. So, because then it makes other people that are actually genuinely selling items for the proper price, making them look too expensive. Like I said last week, saw a bowl, big bowl, you know, would have cost easy $150 for $10 on Marketplace. That's the stuff that gets us down. So anyway, I reached out to Richard Raffan, stay on track. Reached out to Richard Raffan and he said his formula, this is in inches, his formula is diameter of the bowl times the depth equals time in minutes. It's a good one. So diameter of the bowl by the depth equals the time in minutes, and then that, if you work out an hourly rate, a decent hourly rate, you're not going to pay yourself nothing. So work out a decent hourly rate and then add that on for the time in minutes that you've just worked out. So work that out, time in minutes, your hourly rate. And then add on the blank, so add on the timber blank, I'm always looking for add on the timber blank, and then add on a little percentage maybe for some finishes. You don't add on a full tub. You don't go, oh, I just bought this full tub of finish, and that's added on. Add on some finishes and stuff like that, sandpaper, some consumable stuff, and then that's the price. That's the price. Like I said last week, big time wood turners, they're the competition. They sort of set that benchmark. So they can turn a bowl out in 30 minutes ready to be put a finish on. That's pretty much the benchmark. If you look on some famous wood turners websites and look at their bowl pricing, that's pretty well on par, and you know, so everyone is in line and everyone's across the board at the same price level. So no one's undercutting each other and making other people look too expensive. So thank you very much, Mr. Raffan, for showing us or telling me your formula. He wanted to tell you guys the formula that he has used, and he said he's publicized it in magazines and everything throughout the years of his career. He's still on YouTube. I'll put his link up here. Go check him out. But thank you very much for showing us or telling me that method, and he wanted me to pass it on to you guys. So diameter of the bowl times the depth in inches equals time in minutes, and then divide your hourly rate into that, add the cost of the blank. So that's how much that should cost. So just wanted to pass that on, just that so everyone else is on the same page. So, or on the same benchmark level for pricing. So next, tip of the week, wood turning tip of the week. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever you're doing the foot of, or the spigot of the bowl or whatever you're doing, and you're always got to get your calipers and check calipers, make sure you know you've got the right diameter of the bowl, of the foot, the chuck. Make sure you got the right diameter of the chuck. All you need to do is get a bit of timber, cut it on your drop saw or cut it with your saw, so it's the right diameter, right which chuck it's for, super glue it on the wall, get your calipers, go up, check it. You don't have to muck around with every time. Or the next best thing is if you've got a few calipers, I just super glued one. I just got it at the right thing, so it's every time, and I just super glue it. And then it's stayed there, rigid, not gonna move. I have written with a bit of, you might have seen it, I've written with a bit of masking tape, the diameter that I needed. Set, done, happy days. Don't have to rethink every time, recalibrate your calipers. Recalibrate the calipers, you're not recalibrating them, you're just resetting them, sorry. Yeah, so you know what I mean. Awesome. Just walk up to the wall, set the diameter you need, bang, away you go. And if you've got a few, if you've picked up a few, I've got mine at markets and stuff. Super glue it. So, wood turning, done. Life, let's get into it. We're rolling, cranking along. So, life this week, went to Pilates. Now, I'm very experimental with things, and I'm always open. Nadine actually says, Dino, Mr. Finance, Defense, she got me in yoga once, which was actually quite nice. Did Pilates on Saturday, loved it, so good. Felt so good, my back felt good, felt strong. So that the instructor says, where I'm going with this is quickly, the instructor said, Pilates is designed to improve your daily living. So daily activities will become easier. And how good was this? I felt like my turning improved, I felt nice and strong. I only went there once, going again this Saturday. Going again. Pilates, so good, couldn't believe it. So, highly recommend it. Don't kid yourself, just get there and give it a go. And just say you tried it. If you don't like it, fair enough. But so good, Pilates, yeah. Really, really enjoyed it. Next thing I want to talk to you about is packaging. I'm always struggling to find boxes that fit. You know, I need like a 450mm, 45 centimeter diameter box. So I'm looking up cake boxes, you know, big cake, no, not big enough, cooler mobs. So it's been frustrating actually, because, you know, obviously the busier I get, the more time I'm running around trying to find a box and then packaging and all the rest of it. I've emailed a few companies and I'll let you know next week how I go. And hopefully they get back to me with a variety of things, and you can add prints and stuff onto them too, which is pretty cool. And then I can just buy buy 50 of them, have them here, bang, make a bowl, put them in it, go. But I muck around so much trying to find a box that fits, and hectic. Little Warrior Shields came around last week. I cut a heap of blanks, just all different types of blanks for him, and so he can make wands and shields and stuff for the kids in the children's hospital here in Brisbane. So I appreciate what you do, mate, and it was lovely meeting you, and yeah, look forward to doing some stuff with you in the future. So thanks, mate. Next, Q&A. We're wrapping it up, guys. Got a heap to do. Q&A this week. Right, 3 questions. First one, Noel. Thanks for writing in again, Noel. Noel is leading by example, everyone. We all need to look up to Noel. He's just all over it. Noel wrote in, do you ever get sore forearms, especially in the back of your forearm when you have had it in the same position in the lathe? Same position in a while, not in the lathe. Same position for a while. The answer is yes. I do get sore forearms, I do. So I don't know about you, and I don't know about if there's any professional wood turners out there that can jump in and add to the discussion. But I'm not a medical expert. I'm not I'm an RN, but I'm a registered nurse. But I'm not, I'm not a physio or anything like that. But what I do personally, do stretch. So I do some stretches with my forearms like this. There's a little one where I put my elbow up high. Physios or anybody out there, jump in. I stretch my forearms. I used to do this one in the army a lot as well. Stretch my forearms back that way and then out the other way as well. So I do some forearm stretches quite often. The weird thing is it's not my right arm that gets sore, it's my left. So it's my left arm that actually gets sore up high. Do a little warm-up exercise as well. I don't know if anyone, had a stick with the rope. It's like a forearm trainer. The rope goes down to a box and the box has just some metal plates in it, just offcuts of steel. And then I roll that up and then roll it down, roll it all the way up and then roll it down. That's just a little forearm warm-up exercise that I do because I do believe, I'm going to do this for a long time, the longevity of it. I just need to keep things nice and flexible and moving and being fluent, hence the Pilates involvement. Obviously, if you got some severe pain and that, go see your doctor, go get some help. Hope that answers your question, Ollie. Yeah? Thanks again for writing in, mate. I appreciate it. Ernie, good mate Ernie, wrote in. What's your favourite part about being in the workshop? For me, being in the workshop is just a place of solace, place of just, you just want to be out there all the time. You want to get out, you wake up and you just want to get out there. It just brings me a lot of peace and a lot of calm. It makes me feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing in my area. It allows me to just focus on the one thing at a time, and I just do that one thing. So hope that answers your question, mate. Thanks very much for writing in, Ernie. I appreciate it. Next, Drop Bear Woodworks wrote in. Hope those blanks are going to turn out nicely for you too, mate. Drop Bear Woodworks wrote in and asked, traditional tools versus carbide. Right. For me, there's a place for everything, right? What I think is it doesn't really matter what you use. It doesn't matter how you get the job done, as long as you're doing it safely and you're not hurting anyone and you're enjoying yourself, you're doing it correctly. Obviously, like your technique's good and you're safe and that. There's benefits to each, I think. The carbide, you can pick it up out of the box and use it straight away with little to no instruction, really. It's just a scraping sort of technique. If you're just a hobby person that's going out to the shed every now and then and you just, you don't really want to learn about bowl gouges and cutting angles and all that business, fill your boots, do your thing. They're razor sharp out of the box, but when they get dull, you got to chuck them or rotate them. And then when you throw them out. So that's kind of wasteful in a way. But there's pros and cons to everything. With the traditional tools, you need a grinder and you need to learn the technique and all the rest of it, but much better finish, a cleaner look. It does take a long time and I'm still learning myself how to use them properly and that. So there's pros and cons to each of them. It's a very tricky topic and I think just use whatever you want to use what you're comfortable with, and just as long as you're enjoying yourself and you're having fun and you're safe. Personally, I prefer to just use the traditional gouges. That's what I was shown from my father-in-law. I do use carbide stuff when I'm doing hollow forms and that, the cutters. I was shown by my father-in-law the traditional way, traditional tools, and that's what I'm just gonna stick to that because that's what I was shown and it's just what I like doing, and that's what I prefer to use is the traditional tools. It's up to you. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and just be safe. No harm in that, I think, if you're using traditional or carbide. Righto, thanks very much for stopping by, guys, and to those out there who have bought me a coffee throughout last week, I really appreciate your support. And to those that are buying items from me, you're helping me out a heap, and it's a big boost when I see people with such an interest in purchasing items from me. So thank you very much, sincerely. I really appreciate it, and so does Nadine. We appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us along this journey. And if you know of anyone that would be interested or anyone that would enjoy some of this content and learn something and joining in the discussion, please share this video or my videos out with someone else as well, just so they can jump on board, and more the merrier, I think, and we can all learn and all learn together. And thank you again for stopping by, and I will see you and talk to you directly. Cheers. Bye.